Dear performance management students, I'm Abil Ahmed, performance management expert. In today's concept building video, we'll be actually discussing three multiple choice question. All of them I have taken from the pre-seen mock of June 2026. So let us first discuss all the three MCQs which we have taken from June 2026 pre-seen mock, and then I'll be discussing what makes Abilu School of Accountancy PM different, easier, unique as compared to others. First of all, let's dive into the multiple choice question. Let me share the PDF with you. Here comes the PDF. Okay. First of all, I love this question. Which of the following describes theory of now you can see, I believe. Okay. Which of the following describes theory of constraints, TOC? I always say to make a very good understanding of TOC, theory of constraint, it's like our daily life. Now, what do you mean by that, sir? TOC is like a daily life. Let me tell you. What happens in daily life? Most of the time, if you overcome, I would say, one hurdle, the next will be in front of you. That is the normally it happens. Okay. One more example could be, let's say in your life, you have achieved one thing, then the next target is going to be in front of you, which you have to achieve, you have to face it. So actually, if you overcome one hurdle, the next will be in front of you. That is simply a TOC. If you overcome one limiting factor, there's going to be another limiting factor which you have to face. So it's a never ending story. So this is simply a TOC, theory of constraint. Once you have overcome one limiting factor, you are going to face another one. If you overcome the another limiting factor, then you're going to face the next one. So its cycle will goes on. Okay, cycle will go on. Let's see. Which of the following describes theory of constraint? The number one is marginal return. No. It has done direct labor cost. I would say no. In a labor intensive process, look at the last one. In every production process, there is at least one factor which limits its performance and as a result, its output. It's in every production process. There is at least a one factor which actually works like a limiting factor. That is TOC. In every production process, there is at least one factor which limits its performance and as a result, its output as well. Now you might be thinking, sir, what if I install the best and modern manufacturing environment in my company and I hire very let's say intellectual people, plus if I hire high skilled labor, so will I be still facing this problem? You never know. As I mentioned you earlier, if you come across one limiting factor, you will be facing another one. Let's take a hypothetical example. There is a possibility you have installed the best manufacturing I would say machinery in your company. You have got the best labor, you have got the excellent, I would say, admin and management. Everything is really good. There's a possibility then you might be facing a limiting factor of demand. So then what are you going to do? So there will always be a limiting factor. If you come across one, there's going to be another one. Okay, so that is TOC. So simply it is like our lives. If you I would say overcome one challenge of your life, then you will be facing another challenge. Okay, that is how it is. Now let's see this one. Mira is evaluating variance analysis data for her business for the year X5. She finds there is an adverse material price variance. Adverse, okay? Adverse material price variance means your actual price is more than the standard price. Your actual price is more than the standard price. That is why you are having material adverse price variance. So adverse material price variance and a favorable material usage variance. Favorable material usage. Okay, one, and you should know one thing. Both the variances are interlinked. Okay, if I'm having a material price variance adverse and usage variance favorable, there could be multiple reasons, but at least one of them could be that I might have introduced a high quality material. Due to high quality material, I end up by paying more than the standard, and obviously the efficiency and the wastage of that material is lower than the, I would say, standard. That is why material usage variance is favorable. Let's see what they are asking us. Which of the following reasons would explain the variances? Okay, why we are having material price variance adverse and usage variance favorable? Let us find out the reasons. Loss of bulk discount on material purchases, that makes sense. If I lost the discount on bulk purchases, the obviously purchase becomes expensive for me. If the purchases they become expensive for me, so obviously I end up by having an adverse material price variance. Very much logical. Excessive waste of material due to poor training. No, 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 no. If you are having excessive material wastage variance, then how could you have a material usage variance favorable? If the point 2 is the second factor which they have mentioned in all 4 choices, if that has happened in this organization, then you could not have usage variance favorable. Second point actually shows that you are having, you should be having usage variance adverse, but the question says we are having usage variance favorable. So say B could not be the second choice is absolutely incorrect. Higher quality material used than the standard, that is logical. As I mentioned earlier also, that if you are having material usage, usage variance favorable, but material price variance adverse, having material price variance adverse means you end up by paying more than what a standard says. It means there's a possibility you have bought a high quality material than the standards. And that is the evidence what they have written in the statement, that we are having material price variance adverse, but the usage variance is favorable. It means we have actually bought a high quality material than the standard. So obviously we end up by paying more than what we decided material cost in the standard. Production delays due to late delivery, that makes no sense at all. So logically the answer has to be 1 and 3. Let's see the option. Yes, Charlie. And we know that if you don't know the answer, then it is always Charlie, but it is not always true. Right now it is 1 and 3. Let's move to the next question. I hope we have, yes. What is a sales mix contribution variance? First of all, students, sale mix contribution variance you will only be facing when you are dealing with more than one products. Repeat, sale mix contribution variance your company will only be facing when you are dealing in more than one products. Number one. Number two, when your actual mixing is going to be different than the budgeted mixing, what you have thought in the budget, that this is going to be the ratio of mixing. If your actual mixing is different than what you have decided in the budget, then you are going to experience sales mix contribution variance. So when your budgeted mix is different, your actual mix is different, you will be facing sales mix contribution variance. In case of, if your company follows marginal costing, if your company follows absorption costing, then obviously sale mix profit variance. But here it is categorically mentioned that we are required to calculate sale mix contribution variance. So obviously we can say that company actually follows marginal costing. But a very important concept here is why we will be having, why a company business will experience sale mix contribution variance, just because of when your actual mix is going to be different than what you have decided your mix should be according to the standard, according to the budget. When there will be a difference, you will be experiencing this sales mix contribution variance. Let's dive into the detail and let's try to solve this question. Our company had the following sales budget. We have got budget, we have got actual product, we have A and B. Okay. Product. Student, we have A and B. Let's take the actual quantity into actual mix. which is 1100 and 700. So altogether 1800. This is actual quantity into actual mix. Now convert this actual quantity into budgeted mix. Obviously, the units will remain 1800. Actual quantity will remain same, but we need to convert this actual quantity according to budgeted mix. Now let's see the budgeted mix. Budget says that A will be having will be selling 1000 units of A, will be selling 500 units of B. So altogether 1500. Within these 1500, 1000 is going to be A, 500 will be B, which means that 1800, 1000 upon 1500. That will give us actual quantity according to budget mix of product A. 1800 multiplied by 1000 upon 1500. Students, I'm getting 1200 units. Obviously, if product A, we are having 1200 units, so product B will have 600 units. So now let me just, okay, now come here. Now we'll be having a sales mix variance in units. Sales mix variance in units. Actual units are 1100, but according to the budgeted mix, they should have been 1200. So logically, in units, 100 is adverse variance. Actual are 700, according to the budgeted mix should be 600. So actual are more than the budgeted. So logically, this 100 is favorable. Above 100 is adverse, another 100 is favorable. Selling price is 2020, but the variable cost is 12 and 15. 12 means product A is having a contribution of 8, product B is having a contribution of 5. So here we'll take contribution per unit. Standard contribution per unit is 8, standard contribution per unit is 5. So here comes the variance in dollars. 800 adverse, 500 favorable. So logically we'll be having 300 adverse, and this is what they are asking also. So what is sales mix contribution variance? Student, sales mix contribution variance is 300 adverse. Now let me quickly explain what makes Abili School of Accountancy performance management different, easier, unique from others. There are a number of factors. Number one, each lecture in our Abili School of Accountancy is just, on average, it is 40 to 45 minutes long, not more than that. Second, within 94 lectures, your entire course, plus the practice videos, plus even the crash courses, everything gets completed just within 94 lectures. Everything means everything. Then you will be getting a WhatsApp support, and let me tell you, the WhatsApp support which Abili School of Accountancy offers you, it is the best in the entire world. I'm going to personally reply all of your queries because we do not keep any teacher assistant. And at least I would say 12, maximum 15 days before the exam, we conduct your mock. I'm going to personally check your mock. I'll give you the personalized feedback. And there are so many other reasons as well. And let me tell you one thing, you will be getting at least 2 types of crash courses. There could be 3, but at least you'll be getting 2 types of crash courses. And in each crash course, you will be able to revise the entire course just within 5 to 6 hours. In fact, the second crash course is just 3 or maybe 3.5 hours long, not more than that. So once you enrolled at Abili School of Accountancy in performance management, I would say you just need to follow our study planner and leave rest on us. If you follow the study planner strictly, then getting 50 marks, it becomes just piece of cake for you. But obviously you have to follow the study planner, and we'll give you the study planner from day one, the day you are going to join us. And that will be a customized study planner, and which starts from the day you join our PM course. And it is not only PM, in each and every ACCA paper, we conduct your live revision classes as well. We do conduct, as I mentioned, the mock as well, and I'm going to personally check that mock. So thank you very much. Hope to see you and others in my regular classes. Thank you.